Yeah, so I think I've probably shared this in other interviews, but I as a teacher, I also teach quite a bit. Um, I think of three teachers that help us become self-taught. One is nature itself, which is where we start, really. It's like when you're a child, you're trying to mimic things you've seen, and they're filtering through you. You can't help that. But so nature is a great teacher. And then our history is a great teacher. And and so I think you need to really look and develop those role models. And I would say from history, like, yeah, you can have a modern teacher, you can have a contemporary teacher that you put yourself under, but if they're a good teacher, they're pointing you back to their influences. And so at some point you need to come to terms with that. Once you've tried your hand at painting and want to do something excellent and worthy, then go back and look at great painters and choose 8 to 10 that that you connect with, I guess, or that you think you'd like to aim for. And I think in mimicking them, you begin to find who you are, because you were drawn to them in the first place, hopefully out of the purity of your own desires. So that's the second teacher, is art history. And then the third is your imagination. And that, the filtering through us, you can't help but integrate some imagination when you're looking at something and trying to translate it. But even more so, I would say, be very childlike in the way you put it on, and use your imagination to try to remember what it was you saw, rather than just seeing yourself as just. I think Dickinson used to teach that you're taking in data through your eyes, and you want it to bypass the mind and go straight into the arm to the canvas. And that's kind of cool, to try. But at the same time, the messed up things that happen in your mind are kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Yes.
modern world appreciates that. And
Yes.
so yeah, let those things you see get messed up, and and bring yourself to be able to leave it that way. So I think it was Robert Henry said at the beginning of the Art Spirit that he wished he could start an art school that had 3 levels. This
Mhm.
adage that he came out with. He said he wanted, the model on the first floor. He wanted the beginner students to have to go up to the third floor to paint or to draw, and he wanted the more advanced students to be on the second floor. And so they would have to come down to the first floor and look at the model and then run up to their their easel. And he wanted those beginner students to get worn out going up to the second floor. And so they quit coming back down so much to look. And I
Mm.
think that's actually pretty neat. So it gets you to commit to memory what you think you're seeing, and what comes out of that hopefully is more beautiful and more human and not so perfectionistic. So